It's Andrew Schatkin showtime. And oh my gosh, Andrew, how are you? And I know you're going to have an interesting topic today.
This show, Neil, you and me are working together where the rubber hits the road.
Right.
And this show is for the politically incorrect. Those of you who want political correctness on this show, you better go someplace else because you're not going to get it. You're going to get the truth as I see it, nothing but the facts. And today I'm not going to talk about feminism. There's a lot of talk in our society about feminism and about the position of women. Let me just give a review of where I think we're going on that and to understand what's going on and what's good and bad about it. Okay. There was a time in the past, there's no question about it, that women were given an underclass status in Western society and even today in other systems, meaning they did not have access to full employment. They were confined to home and family. All the men held the positions of power, whether kings, counselors, bishops, executives, etc. And women were not given their full opportunity to make use of their talents. And we missed and we did not benefit from the talents of half the human race. That was bad, Neil. And that is, if that's going on anywhere, I want it gone because I want a society in which everybody who has talent has a full opportunity to develop it. And that includes women,
Yes.
basically. That was the issue. And then, however, the women's movement has in its development involved certain developments, shall we say, which I don't think are so good. Number one, some women, not all, but I'm not condemning women. I mean, they're the same as human beings, okay? Not that much difference really between a woman and a man. There's share our human nature. But I say this, some women, you correct me if I'm wrong, adapt a masculine personality in the workforce. Some.
Yes. Some.
Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, I
They
mean,
become a
I don't know what
sharp
you're saying,
edged,
masculine. And that's interesting, Andrew. You're saying
well,
that.
a
So,
sharp edged,
okay.
tough,
Is that
tough
wrong,
maybe.
Andrew? Is that wrong
What?
to have a sharp edged
I didn't
attitude?
say it was wrong. I'm saying it is a development of women entering the workforce and possibly thinking that this is how men are and this is how I'm going to get through this situation and compete. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm not condemning it. People have their personalities, Neil.
Right.
They're entitled to them. But I'm just saying there is a some ladies do in an attempt to compete in the workforce with men adopt a masculine edge in their presentation. Some, okay,
Okay.
right? Because they want to compete. And they feel the guys, this is how it is. First of all, it's ridiculous to think that all men are sharp edged, loud assholes, for want of a better word. No, that isn't true. There are men poets, there are men writers, there are men musicians. There's all kinds of men in the world, right?
Right.
There's football players too, all kinds, right?
Yes.
And some of those men might be seen like women, right?
I guess.
Poets, artists.
I mean, if you're saying that,
They might be seen as the female side of the male sex, right?
I mean, if you're trying to define men and women, Andrew, in this show, I guess you are.
I'm not defining it. I'm saying that that personality, male female personality, is not a sexual characteristic. There are feminine men and there are masculine men,
Right.
and there are feminine women and there are masculine women, right?
So how's that? What's that have to do with feminism, then,
Okay, this is
Andrew?
now we're going to get to another point, and this is with the development of Western culture had as its basis and functioning courtship and marriage. Okay, and that involves the concept of romantic love. If you look at I ask you, Neil, to look, romantic love lasted a long time in our society, a very long time
Right.
as a concept. And even until the 40s and 30s, the music, look at the movie. You ever see the movies of the 40s, the black and white movies?
Yes.
You ever see those? They're almost like, they're almost barely touching each other. It's courtship, it's love, it's marriage. That's what was presented, right? Love and marriage.
Yes.
That's not true today, is it?
No.
So we have thrown out our society. I don't know whether it's the fault of feminism or it has anything to do with feminism, but you got to admit this, Neil, and you're an intelligent person, a very bright guy. The bottom line is romantic love is out the window.
It in society how they're portraying it, yes.
Have you seen it portrayed lately in a movie or on TV, or you see people jumping into bed?
It depends, Andrew, on
That's
the
what
type of
that's
show.
what that's the concept that's encouraged, right? Get into bed,
Right. Semi. Sometimes you might see other
right?
shows that they say that. So it's a different
Neil,
society.
you
But if
there?
you looked at the Roman, Andrew,
Isn't that really the presentation today? Isn't that the presentation today of the media? Get into bed as quickly as possible.
okay. But Andrew, what about um
I'm asking you a
true,
question, Neil.
true.
What happened to romantic love and how did it get replaced by jumping into bed?
Because that's what they wanted to sell.
What
Sex
happened?
sells. Sex sells.
But the culture for many, many years, our culture was founded on romantic love and marriage. Correct?
Correct, but no longer.
No longer, right?
No longer.
But for a long time, that's the way things worked, wasn't it?
Yes.
Get
But
married, have
but
kids,
now there's a
fall in
variety of
love,
different
right?
choices in love. There's a variety of different ways to love.
What kind of
And
choices? What are you talking about? Gay love?
I guess you're talking, the LGBTQ. You're talking specifically enough people that choose to be themselves. Just different types of
All
love.
right, they have more options, but the concept that our society encouraged, shall we say, and you're a Catholic. I know
Yes,
you are. I know you're a very serious Catholic,
yes,
and you know the Catholic Church encouraged marriage,
yes. And
didn't it?
now they're having a battle.
And marriage in the Catholic Church was forever, right?
Right.
You couldn't get divorced,
Unless there's an annulment. Yes.
right? So that was the strength of the culture in terms of pushing marriage and family and kids.
Correct.
And the basis of the marriage was falling in love, wasn't it?
Yes. And that's gone away. Why
So,
has it gone
but that's
away?
not true anymore. That
Yeah,
that concept of
I
love,
wouldn't
this
blame
is not
I
a
w
culture based on love. It's
I
based
wouldn't
on
blame
sex.
feminism, but that's because the Roman Empire, when it fell, was the same thing.
Okay. I'm saying the feminism brought that, I think, contributed to that development.
See,
Let
I
me say one
disagree,
other
but if you
thing.
look at evolution or a circular environment, look at the Roman Empire where there was same-sex marriage, there was pornography, there was
They didn't have same-sex
married
marriage. They
marriages.
didn't have gay marriage. Nope. Nope. The Roman Empire, they did not have they
They didn't have
had
gay marriage. They didn't have
homosexuality,
gay marriage, but they did
which
it.
was prevalent, but it wasn't marriage.
It was well, that's true,
It
but
wasn't
it was
marriage.
prevalent. It was prevalent in multiple lives and
There was allowed a wide variety of sexual practices in the pagan
correct. And
world.
now we're getting back to that same
And
thing now.
that's why St. Paul addressed that issue in his letters because he felt that that was wrong. Okay,
Correct. And
and
now we're in
that's
the
why
same
he
boat. So you're
and
blaming
Jesus didn't talk about it
you're
because in
blaming feminism.
Palestine
Say
and in
Andrew,
Jewish
Andrew,
culture you didn't
Andrew,
do that.
you're blaming feminism for that.
No, I want to get to my last word about what I find fault with feminism.
Okay.
That is, I believe that in our society for a long time, the role of wife and mother and creator of the home was a valued and honored function. Women were respected for doing that, weren't they?
Yes. And they still are
But
today.
I believe, I believe our society, in some sense, has developed a lack of respect for the female role. That is a very significant aspect of the female role,
But see,
namely
Andrew, I would be a devil's advocate.
homemaking and having
Right.
kids.
Right. But what about men who stay home with their kids now?
Well, if the woman, that's a situation where possibly the guy's out of work or something, or the woman has to
It
work.
has a job.
But the
The
fact of the
woman
matter
has
is
a
that
job.
I believe that female role is a very is something I respect. And I
And
think it garnered a lot of respect in our society,
but there
and I
it,
don't think it gets respect today.
it doesn't garner anymore. I agree.
Women are supposed to work, right? And they
Yep.
don't get respect if they don't. If they
I
do that,
don't
if they
agree with
play the
that.
role of wife and
I
mother,
don't
which
agree
is,
with that. I don't agree with that at all. I think that there's a multiple. It's just
well,
everyone has
all
a
I
choice.
know is that the society gave great respect and should to that female role of wife and mother. It is a wonderful role. It is a role which brings people into the world, nurtures them, brings them to adulthood, creates a home. It's a fantastic, significant role, and it is a woman's role, was a woman's role, and it has been denigrated today. Women, unless they work, are now respected, whereas they were respected as wives and mothers and homemakers,
All
and they
right.
should have been respected because it's a very important function, isn't it?
Agree, agree. So we're closing out. Feminism is wrong because it's ending.
Ends romantic love, and most of all, ends respect for the
Okay.
for the
So if
role of
people
mother, wife,
agree
and
or not
mother.
agree with Andrew Schatkin, they go on the YouTube channel, comment the YouTube channel, and let him know.
I
AndrewShackinshow.com.
want to know that I respect any woman who creates a home and maintains a
All right.
family. It is
All right.
a fantastic role.
All right. Shackinshow.com for more
And I'm not
information.
going to be
Check it out.
replaced by saying that if a woman who doesn't work is no good
Like
and
and
stupid.
share this page, share the video, and tell me what you think. So I appreciate it, Andrew.
Okay, what do you think? You think I'm right?
I'm a
That role,
journalist and
that
I will
female
give you my
role
answer.
has been denigrated.
I am again. This is going to be your opinion and not
Okay,
mine to share,
but it
and I'm
has
going to.
been. I'm asking for a neutral statement. That role in today's world has been put down.
I don't. I disagree. Maybe 10 years ago, less now. I appreciate it, Andrew. Thanks for
Okay,
stopping by.
Neil.
Thank you, the great Andrew Jackson
And to
show.
promote this, I want people to
Take care.
know what I think